Archbishop Hebda, thank you for being with us today. How has our local church responded to the death of George Floyd 5 years ago?
Yes. Joe, first of all, thank you for this opportunity to speak about this important topic. I can tell you it's shocking for me that it's been 5 years. There's a lot that's happened in that time since the killing of George Floyd. Certainly we as a church have had a good opportunity to reflect on that very sad experience, and I think it has been a time of growth for us. Really, from that experience, you'll remember that was at the height of COVID. We did a few things online with listening sessions in that way, and then we had a wonderful organization spring up, the Catholic Racial Justice Coalition, that's sponsored by a number of Catholic entities in our Archdiocese. And they headed up a wonderful listening opportunity that really, I think, was very meaningful for me, all of the listening events. But one of the things that I had not been sensitive to before the killing of George Floyd was just the amount of pain that our Black Catholics carry from experiences that they've had in their lives. And you always hope that it was something in the distant past or that it was something that happened elsewhere. But as we listened to people tell their stories, and that's really what those events were for, we realized how much pain there was even from more recent events. And really, I guess that was the shocking part of it. So just getting to listen to what our Black Catholics, or many of our Black Catholics have shared, recognizing these are the same people that I know from their involvement in our parishes. I know them to be just such strong Catholics, and yet to have to listen as they shared experiences of racism in the church was very painful. And yet I felt that the Holy Spirit was certainly moving in those events, and that just by listening to the stories, we have an opportunity to think about how it is that we really respond in the present, preparing for the future, but based on those experiences in the past.
Yeah. Divisions can be found not only in the Black experience, but among our Native American, Latino, Vietnamese, and other minority populations. So do families experience division, schools and parishes. How can we walk with one another to deepen our common bonds and bridge our differences?
Yes, I think that call for peace, isn't that interesting that was the first expression of our new Pope Leo, when he spoke about the peace that Jesus offers to the world, right? So in all of the different circumstances that you spoke about, I think we as a church have that opportunity to infuse the peace of Christ into that, knowing that there is real pain in the world, and yet Jesus came to offer peace. So the hope is really that we're able to address that from that faith perspective. You know, in the course of this Jubilee year, Pope Francis called us to be pilgrims of hope. And I think that hope is really so significant, even as we look at these questions of racism, or when we think about the healing that's needed, or even when we begin to pray for peace, that when we consider how prejudice has been part of human experience for thousands of years, always people drawing distinctions between us and them, regardless of how those lines are drawn, that it's only that peace of Jesus and the fact that we are brothers and sisters in Jesus, through Jesus, that we have the opportunity to move beyond that. I was intrigued, Joe, as you spoke about some of the other cleavages that we experience, not only within our society, but also within our church. And to hear about the experiences of prejudice that our Native American brothers and sisters, or our Latino brothers and sisters, or our Asian brothers and sisters, right? That they all have some experience of that, and how it's only our fraternity and our relationship in Jesus that helps us to move beyond that. You know, the late Pope Francis wrote this encyclical called Fratelli Tutti. We're all brothers and sisters, And we have to have that sense as we think about how it is that we can welcome our brothers and sisters here in the United States who have come from abroad, how it is that we can really offer that peace of Christ even into some of those painful relationships for people that have been here for 160 years or more than that, and who also carry with them that legacy of slavery in our country. So it's painful for us to do that, but yet we have this basic hope that when we recognize that kinship that we have in Jesus, that there's that opportunity for us to grow and to heal, no matter which cleavage it is that we're speaking about, that indeed we have a God who desires us to be one.